Well, howdy. September 21st, Feds testified. I just got back from a meeting. So while I'm talking, I'm going to try to find out what they raised it to. But I know they raised it because apparently the stock market went crazy. So let's dive in. Let's dive in. It's crazy. Yeah. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Vito Scarnecchia. I run a little real estate business here in San Jose, Silicon Valley. I just got back from a listing appointment, and the house is on two busy streets. And it seems like, I get it. We were all young once, right? But there's a video I'm sharing on my Facebook posts, and look it up. It's hashtag REWTF. There's a house with a big rig that was on the highway. The house was, basically right on the highway. And I don't know, let's call it Tennessee because that's where I'm going this weekend. And big rig lost its wheel and it smashed right into the house. Went through like 3 rooms, you name it. Luckily, nobody was hurt. And then I just went to this meeting. I'll send you the link and follow up on this email as well. And then I just went to a meeting, a listing appointment, and this house sits on 2 busy streets. Now, I sold a house earlier this year on 2 busy streets, a corner of 2 busy streets, right? And it took a while for us to sell it. That was the determining factor, that plus price and et cetera. But really the big deal was busy streets, right? And wouldn't you know it? We talked about the house, the one on the corner, there's a fence right there. And throughout the years that he's owned it, it's happened 2 or 3 times. And, I'm not always a positive guy. But I try to be positive, try to think of positive things. I go, well, as long as nobody gets hurt, I guess you get a new fence every once in a while. He goes, yeah, that's true. So the car driver's insurance company pays for this guy's new fence. So hopefully nobody ever gets hurt. On the other side, kitty corner, if you look at right, that was a house, and right there, that's the other house. Some kid or whatever, texting person, driver, whatever, drove into this guy's house. And luckily that was a garage, but the entire wall was stucco. Now it's all cracked stucco. So, tell your kids to slow down. I know my kids I'm just teaching one of my girls how to drive right now. My son was a hellion, and I can invite half the neighborhood on to this show, and they can confirm that my son wasn't the best driver out there. But, remind your kids, you could die doing this type of stuff. Beautiful day. I want to introduce you to Beautiful Day. I think it's open now, so let me get to it real quick. I'm going to jump over here. Beautifulday.org. Because I misspelled it. Yeah. BAU. Yeah. See, there you go. Sign up now, guys. It's October 8th and 9th. It's 4 hours each day. And if you're looking to hang out with me, because I'm a great guy or what have you, look for the food bank at Santa Maria something. We're going to be doing shelving and painting and landscaping and building a shed for them. This is a great way to help your community, give back, and be a little social. Over the last couple of years, everybody I'm talking to says that they need to be more social. So please spend 4 hours with us. I'm going to be there the entire time. There I am. I'm going to be there the entire time. Saturday and Sunday. I'm actually there before because I'm helping to set up forms for doing some cement work and all this stuff. 4 hours is all I'm asking. Come and say hi, and we'll hang out and have some fun and make some memories. All right, enough of that. So my understanding is the Feds raised the rates, and whether it's 0.75 or one complete 1 point, it's not enough. We need to go more. I know it's like, but Vito, it's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt. Here's the thing: you have the big old Band-Aid right here, right? Let me get over here. Oh, wrong button. If you have a Band-Aid, right, and you're pulling it back, and it's like pulling each hair out, and it hurts every time you pull back a little bit. It's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt longer, and it's gonna take longer for the pain to subside. If you just take that Band-Aid and rip it right off, yeah, it's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt a whole lot more. As a matter of fact, I remember reading a Malcolm Gladwell book. I read 3 or 4 of them. And there's a story about the burn victim, right? The burn victim, and he had to pull off Band-Aids. And they asked, what hurts more? And he said, just rip it off, just get it over and done with. That's what we need to do with this economy. That's what we need to do with this inflation. Just rip it off. We need to go 3 or 4 basis or points up, 300 or 400 basis points, right? We need to increase the cost of money so high that we stall the market for 3 months, right? And here's my justification. We already talked about that. This right here. The longer you pull that Band-Aid off, the longer that recession's going to last. We're in a recession right now, whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, we're in a recession, right? If you rip the Band-Aid off, we'll get back to it a lot faster. And yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of people, but it won't hurt as long. Okay. So how many of you believe that the market's going to stall and crap out and do what have you? And that's the big question, because we all don't know. I mean, that's there. Everybody asks me, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the market crashes, right? The market has already slowed down a little bit. And if you're in St. Louis or Knoxville, Tennessee, well, Knoxville has very low inventory, so I don't see them hurting. But if you're in a area like Atlanta City, or LA, or Austin, you're going to see home prices tumble a little bit. I don't know how bad it's going to be. It depends on how quickly we tear this Band-Aid off. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it to you other than the fact that we have to experience the pain. It's like going to the doctor and knowing you have to get that vaccination. Let's call it a flu shot. Right? I don't want it, but it's going to hurt. Get it over and done with. It's better than that than going through a couple of weeks of being in the flu. So, I just got out of that meeting and I said, if it's possible, let's wait and see what happens to this market. He goes, well, I'm not looking to sell until January anyway. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. Let's just take a look and keep in contact with what's going on, see what's going on in the market. Let's take a look. And we're going to know in the next couple weeks where we are really, right? I mean, let's just take a look real quick and see. Today's rate popped up in anticipation of 6.446, right? I can almost guarantee you that we're going to see it go down a little bit, because this is all built in anticipation. Let's see if they changed it at all. They probably didn't. Nope, 6.446. All right, so just focus on doing what you're going to do. If you're thinking about buying and you have to buy now when there's very little houses. You can refinance later. Don't try to time the market. If you try to time the market, you're going to have a whole lot more competition, and then you won't have the leverage. And no, you're not going to get, we wrote an offer last week and the seller's like, nope, not going to even counter you. Screw you. Well, he's not motivated, right? Our job when we work together is we find the motivated seller, so that it needs to sell regardless of what the situation is, right? There's not a lot of them out there right now, especially when you see how many houses are on the market. We're under 500 now in San Jose. And my feeling is a lot of these are people that are canceling, right? We have 31, 37. We have a pretty consistent cancellation. Cancellations are homes that were on market for a while and they either got an offer they didn't like or they didn't get anything at all. And then we canceled the offer, right? Or they canceled the contract and we pulled it off the MLS, right? We do have houses that are selling. They're actually going into contract, but still not as fast as they were last year. Last year, we were seeing, twice as many contracts being written. So nothing crazy has changed. Last week, I reported that we were down to like 21. I don't know where that number came at. I looked at it again. I think maybe it was a tweak in the matrix or what have you. But it popped back up to 74. So again, nothing to frighten about, nothing to worry about. Closes last week, we were at a swift 85 versus 128 last week. So these numbers right here are important to look at. We've lost about $30,000 on average per sale. That doesn't mean that, we're not seeing overages on pricing, not the crazy high that we did last week, but also we didn't see the crazy low that we saw last week either, right? We said 71% under asking price versus that one. But again, remember that one was just an anomaly. They listed at $6 million and it was a piece of crap house. Yeah, that was on a hillside and had a great view, but it was a piece of crap house and it sat there for over a year and a half or a year and 3 months or something like that. Finally came down to, you know what, let's just sell this stupid thing. So now somebody has a great project to work on. Okay. Big news right here. Median home values came out today. Look, 416,000 in July. June, it was 407, went up in July, 416, came back down to 403 in August. Remember, these are 30-day lags, right? So the numbers are reported on the month before. So that 403 was really July numbers. And then this week for our August numbers was 389,000. So pricing is coming back down. If you look at the number, just go, is it this right here? Yeah. See, we went to an all-time high, and now we're going back down. This is across the United States. What that means is overall, things are slowing overall, right? People aren't doing the crazy written price $200,000, $400,000 over asking price, and as is, and 3 months rent back, and you can have my firstborn, and here's a Tesla. Those days are gone, right? There's less buyers, and because rates just went up to 6.44, it's almost 6.5. Half the people were here can't afford to buy a house anymore. Half the people here couldn't afford to buy a house in July. So it's all about affordability right now. And in San Jose proper, I think it's Silicon Valley proper, Santa Clara County, only 16% of its residents can afford to buy a house right now. 16. So yeah, things are going to shake out a little bit. All right. This is going to be a quick one. We're almost at 14 minutes now. Okay. Out of all the cities that I track, only one went down in inventory last week. The rest are continuing to rise. Let me repeat that. Out of all the houses that we're tracking, out of all the cities that we're tracking, only one, that was Tampa, went down in inventory last week. When you have stable or lowering demand and inventory continues to go up, prices will lower. Don't have to look at anything else. You don't have to look at all these frightening, boring numbers. You have to look at supply and demand. And I can tell you for a fact, there's your proof right there. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. All right. So be prepared. It's going to get nasty. I'm listening to a lot of different people right now, and they're all saying, oh shit, I didn't do it right. There you go. $389,000 right there versus 403. Here's the numbers right here. This week's numbers. The only one in red this week is Tampa. See? You don't even have to look at the actual numbers. And if you ever want to call me on these numbers, I will show you that, the numbers are going to be close because these are live numbers. So that's 5669. Actually went up. So, there you go. Yeah, if you're prepared, you're going to do well through this. If you're not, it's going to hurt. And hopefully Powell can rip off this Band-Aid. That's my only guess on this one. All right, that's it for now. We'll call it 16 minutes at the time. I'm Vitos Carnecchia with the Abitano Group, powered by Compass. Understand that I'm not telling you to buy or sell right now. I'm telling you to be educated and understand what your options are and make the best decision for yourself, right? At no time am I ever going to tell you to go buy anything. When it's right and it makes sense for you, and hopefully you listen to these reports every week, see what makes sense, get educated on this along with the process and what all the different strategies and tactics that are out there. And when you're ready to buy your house, we can go buy your house or sell a house, right? All right. That's it. Have a great week and buy some stock because right now it's low.